Greetings, this is Bloodrill and welcome back to Let's Play Shapeshifting Detective, where we actually get to do some shapeshifting, I guess. Let's try it out.
Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
I would like to just say to you that what I think is that you want to...
Who knows whether you've made the right decision or not, Claude?
How's Bronwyn been?
Overly nice. She's covering her tracks well if she has anything to hide.
What was it I asked you to do again?
You just told me to report back to you if I noticed anything suspicious. Good grief, Claude. You're a bit young to be losing your marbles already.
What were you doing last night?
Claude, we've been through this. I honestly don't remember. I checked my diary and there's no entry, so I was probably here, as always. I think it's the pills I'm on. Dosage isn't right.
I'm a lion dog, actually.
Oh, right. Of course.
You were right about Asian, a Chinese bronze lion dog statue.
Do I want to visit the rest with the chief? I don't think so. Man, there are so many choices here. It's gonna be really hard to pick the correct person to speak to the correct person.
Hello, I'm Violet.
Does the chief knows already that we can shapeshift? Troublesmith I can't save.
I think I'd quite like to have a guard against evil.
And I'm not sure when the game saves.
What's going on, Violet? Is everything okay?
Yes, I'm okay. No, I'm not okay.
What's the matter?
I don't feel... I think I'm... The new detective's acting strangely.
You can feel safe. I've already got somebody posted outside the guest house. It's an unmarked car, but you know Danny, don't you? Leyland's kid? Any problems, you let him know. Off you go. I'm being subtle. I don't want to see you back here, okay? You got anything to report, give me a call. Any problems, talk to Danny. Danny, remember?
Danny? I remember.
Okay, good. Just look after yourself.
Dreams.
Of course.
There's an unresolved issue here, but it's
So
related
how do
to
we visit
shopping.
Danny?
I'm wondering what the shopping stands for. Whether it's probably not literal. I mean, as you know.
Don't get the good Danny.
You've
But I do know
so
that
many
there's someone
things.
outside.
Makes me. She made her put everything back on the shelves.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
Keep going the way you're going and I might be out of a job.
Oh, we need you, Alice.
Bron, are you okay?
I'm not okay. I'm okay.
Good. It's not our fault this stuff happens. We're just the messengers.
We've seen the...
Are you asking me or telling me? Yes, we've seen a lot of stuff. You seem weird. Just go and regroup or something, then come back and make me feel better about myself.
So Poe was
That didn't
very
go
close
well.
to what he was saying because the impression that I get from this dream and from your explanation of...
Bron, something doesn't feel right. I don't know what exactly, but it's not right.
Thoughts on Dorota?
Well, it's hard to say with just one victim. Musical talent, red hair. If there's another, there will be a pattern. Do you think it's another right?
A right?
As in the same thing we were chasing after in Birmingham? I suppose it doesn't really matter. Just have to try and stop it.
Stop it? Stop it?
The Traveller? Dead girls? Ring any bells?
Traveler?
If it follows the same pattern as Birmingham, we're looking at 2 more victims.
I don't want to ask too much so he doesn't get too suspect of why I don't remember any of this.
Shop. So, what do we have here?
So that was interesting. Basically, the tarot guys have been in that situation before, and they are searching about someone that kills people. Multiple people.
Hello, I'm Rain.
Is perhaps 2 people in combat?
Rain, I'm so worried about Bronwyn. What are we going to do?
Why are you worried about Bronwyn?
The chief thinks she killed Dorota.
Maybe she did kill Dorota.
We wouldn't say that. That makes no
Most
sense.
people think it shows an erotic scene. This is one of many.
Have you met the new detective yet? We're basically under 24-hour surveillance now.
Do you think Sam's onto us?
Onto what exactly?
What we did? The real reason we're here?
Sam's not a mind reader. At least I don't think so. Just try not to let anything slip.
Too late.
It was a practice that was thought of as surgery at the time, but it never really ended well. I mean, there's kind of quite a literal broken heart that we see there.
I can imagine.
Poe's Curiosity Shop.
Interesting.
You're listening to Radio August.
There is no I'm Sam when we turn to Sam.
After Mother died, Penn started putting on weight. Secretly pleased her. It was her own little fat roll. Look how big she'd grown. Wasn't she looking well? Part of her wanted.
Mercury? Sure. I'll just get it. It feels a bit sacrilegious just spreading it out to show you. It doesn't really answer questions, it more asks them.
That phrasing.
Do you want it to ask you a question, Sam?
Sure, why not?
It wants to know if you're happy being the person you are now.
Sure.
Mercury doesn't agree. In fact, if anything, and I could be wrong, it's suggesting that you're not even the person you're saying you are now. I've only had that reading once before.
That was probably a mistake.
By late afternoon, she'd taken one of Mother's favorite lemon biscuits and ate it in her bedroom.
Can't ask about the Traveler or anything else. Okay, time to go to the chief.
Of the house was bad enough without the knowledge.
It's 6 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August. Police investigating the murder of Dorota Shaw are appealing to the community to help catch her killer. The body of 21-year-old Miss Shaw, an accomplished cellist, was found in her home last night. Police are describing the murder as a violent and despicable act. Monroe?
It's just terrible. Meanwhile, out of respect for the victim and her family, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced shortly, so do stay tuned to Radio August for updates.
I heard Dorota Shaw was due to play this weekend.
At the Tulip Festival?
Indeed. I understand why they'd want to postpone it. Tonight the weather will be mostly dry and warm, but be on the lookout for dark clouds on the horizon, as there may be scattered showers. Best take an umbrella, Monroe, so you don't get wet.
I like getting wet. That's 6 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
So time changes when you finish something. Keep investigating next chapter. I don't want to go to the next chapter. I'm not sure if I finished everything, so unlike contradiction, it's not like, oh, you found all the clues, you move on.
Cry, baby Pen. Pull yourself.
Rain says he was praying in his room, alone. Nobody corroborates. Bronwyn and Lexi say they were in the same room last night. Shame they can't agree which one. The tarot readers have mentioned a job. We don't know what. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, and you found out she's taking pills. Perhaps they're related. That's it.
Okay,
Can't
I
even
think
resist
it
the
might be
clown,
time
it
for the next...
sang. What a joke you are! In 2 months, Pen grew thinner than
chapter,
she ever
but
did.
I want to try going as here to these guys, which I didn't do.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
That's not what I want.
I'm Lexi. Oh,
Yes, my bad.
I'm Lexi.
Did I go as Lexi? I don't think I did. We'll try both of those.
3 circles all attached in the center.
Hello, Lexi. What can I do for you?
Please don't ask us to leave.
Have you been speaking to Sam? You're safe for the minute.
That sounds ominous.
I can use the money, to be honest.
The police want alibis from everyone for last night.
Well, I don't have one. I literally can't remember what I was doing.
Ancient times, but why might people wear this?
Would they tie it around themselves, perhaps?
What's up, Lexi? I'm sensing something's on your mind.
I'm worried about our alibi.
Don't worry about that. We don't have anything to hide. I'm more worried about Violet. I didn't see her last night, did you?
You think she's the murderer?
I have no idea. They're both redheads. Maybe August has a club?
Well, I wish we could give everyone in August one of those.
Poe's curiosity shop is now closed.
Something's weird, isn't it? Ron seems strange today.
How are you?
Do you think Bronwyn might get falsely imprisoned? It happens all the time.
Are you looking to take over?
No. I'm just worried.
Pull his tattered overcoat more tightly around his thin body as the bitter east wind blew litter around his spindly legs. He pulled his cap down more firmly.
Hello, I'm Violet.
Didn't really learn anything there.
Violet.
And this old-timer was out late. The youths nodded to each other, took final swigs from their cans of beer, and strolled blithely down.
You don't trust me, do you, Violet? Is it because I read tarot? Why don't you let me pull a card for you?
No.
No, thank.
Okay.
Did you sleep well last night?
Yes, thank you.
I didn't see you yesterday evening.
She told us she hadn't seen Violet, so that makes sense.
I stayed in my room. You can ask Lexi. That reminds me, I think I found a book of yours. It's called He Came Through the Shadows.
What makes you think it's mine?
Your name's written on the inside cover.
I went
Okay,
down to the
that's good to know.
churchyard where the winos hung out. There was a good chance one of them would be sleeping.
Mrs. Gallagher, an unexpected pleasure.
How long are you?
In town? I really don't know. Until the tarot tells us to leave. Or you kick us out, obviously.
How did you know Dorota was going to die? Why do you think the police suspect Bronwyn?
Now that's a very good question. Logically speaking, you'd assume all 3 of us were in on it. Or none of us.
mental institution, trying to rebuild my life, to find a way to live with the...
Hello, Violet. Is everything okay? Ignore the mess. I was just going to tidy it up.
Did you have a pleasant evening last night?
Great, thanks. The room's
What
really
mess?
lovely.
But you weren't in this room, were you? I didn't see you around, but you weren't in...
Oh no, was I sleepwalking again? I haven't done that since... for ages. I didn't come into your room, did I?
No.
Oh, thank God. I'll try not to let it happen again.
True that the devil looks after his own.
That's what I said no there. But that's also interesting. Now we
For
know
the last 8 days.
she possibly sleepwalks.
Keep as much control as I can. Out there, it's a chill night.
Just want to see if I got any more
On the
out of that.
surveillance cameras.
I don't think I got anything to ask.
Keep the train down
Maybe
King's Cross.
to
More
the chief,
anonymous than
but
the chief.
not with these guys. I just want to see.
And walk out into the rain. The Pentonville Road beckons, and I lose. Chucking out time in the pubs when the punters headed for the
No. Okay.
Hearts stand in doorways offering their tawdry charms without conviction. A taxi.
Rain says he was praying in his room, alone. Nobody corroborates. Bronwyn and Lexi say they were in the same room last night. Shame they can't agree which one. The tarot readers have mentioned a job. We don't know what. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, and you found out she's taking pills. Perhaps they're related. That's it.
Okay, we didn't get anything else, so I think it's good
I
we move to the next chapter.
An innocent passerby.
It's 6 o'clock, and you're listening to Radio August. Police investigating the murder of Dorota Shaw are appealing to the community to help catch her killer. The body of 21-year-old Miss Shaw, an accomplished cellist, was found in her home last night. Police are describing the murder as a violent and despicable act. Monroe.
It's just terrible. Meanwhile, out of respect for the victim and her
It's good that we
family,
see this again.
this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced shortly, so do stay tuned to Radio August for updates.
I heard Dorota Shaw was due to play this weekend.
At the Tulip Festival.
Indeed. I understand why they'd want to postpone it. Tonight the weather will be mostly dry and warm, but be on the lookout for dark clouds on the horizon, as there may be scattered showers. Best take an umbrella, Monroe, so you don't get wet.
I like getting wet. That's 6 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Okay, that I could live a normal life. Wrong. So wrong. At least I knew what to do when the dream started. I was able to prepare, get some clothes together, do a bit of reconnaissance. I couldn't count on
So, are we now on 6, or do I need to go to the next again?
came through.
That was weird.
I tried.
Nothing seems to
Pretty soon
happen.
that it was
Am I still in
fatal.
the same chapter? I don't know.
I've had to cut myself. Lifestyle.
Yeah, I don't get anything.
A steady girlfriend or a wife is out of the question. Around when the beast wakes. Casual relationships have foundered on this rock.
How can I know which chapter I am? I
I've
can't.
heard more than a few times. It's true, and of course,
Makes no sense. I wonder if I can change to him and speak to them.
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
I think I didn't change chapters, but I'm not
earn
sure.
enough to make ends meet, then at least
The
that
system's
worked out
kinda
pretty well. Programming makes me good.
Weird.
Oh, Chief Inspector, you gave me a shock. What is it? What have I done?
Tell me about Bronwyn.
She's an Aquarius, her favourite colour is green. What else do you need to know?
Is she your leader?
Are you prepared to go to jail for her?
Jail? What for? I haven't done anything wrong.
Aiding and abetting a criminal.
I'll aid and abet Bronwyn to the day I die, but she's not a criminal.
What were you... Why?
Well, it's not for the nightlife, I can tell you that. This is where the cards told us to go. I guess you could call it destiny.
Do you know anyone here?
No, I can honestly swear I don't know any Augustives? Augustonians? Augustins until we got here.
What were you...
Nothing. I mean, I was here all night. The scouts on a Bron can vouch for me.
I take my time, leaning forward, hands on hips.
Good evening, Chief Dupont.
Dorota's family. What does the tarot say about them?
I can do a reading if you want.
Yes.
It's the Five of Cups. It talks about loss and dealing with that loss. I don't think you need a tarot reader to interpret that one.
Bronwyn?
Not since I've met her. She's a lawful good type character. If you play D&D.
I do play D&D, yes.
Lexi ever been in trouble with the police?
No. Not to my knowledge. She's sweet and innocent. Or haven't you picked up on that yet?
He pulls out the knife from inside his jacket, 8 inches, big enough to skewer an elephant.
Chief Dupont, what a pleasant surprise. I think we've covered just about everything twice over, but if you think I'm hiding something...
Who are you?
Does it bother you, Chief Dupont, knowing there are things in this world that aren't black and white? You don't know what to file me under, and that makes you uncomfortable. Or perhaps you've already made up your mind about me. Why don't you tell me who you think I am?
You're a con artist.
I haven't asked anyone for a penny.
Crushes his larynx as the left reaches the knife from his, dislocating his elbow. Blood gushes from his mouth and nose.
Okay, I think that's all. Did I...
Under my
I don't think I have anything to say to here, but might as well check again.
Beast.
Nope.
It like a cat at pool of spilled milk.
But this time I did everybody.
Crumbles in my grasp. He has fouled himself.
It's 6 o'clock, and you're listening to Radio August.
It doesn't go to the next
Police
chapter.
investigating
What the
the murder
fuck?
of Dorota Shaw are appealing to the community to help catch her killer.
I don't know if that
The
means
body
I
of
missed
21-year-old
something
Miss
or
Shaw,
something.
an accomplished cellist, was found in her home last night.
And I can't skip this, by the
Police
way,
are
either.
describing the murder as a violent and despicable act. Monroe?
It's just terrible. Meanwhile, out of respect for the victim and her family, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced shortly, so do stay tuned to Radio August for updates.
I heard Dorota Shaw was due to play this weekend.
At the Tulip Festival.
Indeed. I understand why they'd want to postpone it. Tonight the weather will be mostly dry and warm, but be on the lookout for dark clouds on the horizon, as there may be
I guess I haven't done
showers.
rain, now that I think
Best
about
take
it.
an umbrella, Monroe, so you don't get wet.
I like getting wet. That's 6 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
I'll try again to go to the next chapter straight. See, that's another option. But now I'm thinking I didn't actually do rain. I have a crappy memory, unfortunately. Let's try doing rain again. Because I don't remember if I did him.
I relax in a warm bath and wonder what.
Hello, I'm Rain. I'm Rain.
Oh yeah, I did him. I remember the I'm Rain
Hello,
stuff.
I'm Violet.
Okay, so
I'm Violet.
I will go to the next chapter and we'll see what happens. I'm not sure if you can miss clues. the way you can change chapters
Peace and my life can
makes
be
me feel
normal
that
for a
possibly
while,
you
but in
can
the longer
miss
term, I
stuff
can
and
see no end to it.
get to alternate endings.
I know I can't resist the Slayer's needs, and I...
Now let's hear
It's
about
6 o'clock, and you're
6
listening
o'clock
to Radio
again.
August. Police investigating the murder of Dorota Shaw are appealing to the community to help catch her killer. The body of 21-year-old Miss Shaw, an accomplished cellist, was found in her home last night. Police are describing the murder as a violent and despicable act. Monroe.
It's just terrible. Meanwhile, out of respect for the victim and her family, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced shortly, so do stay tuned to Radio August for updates.
I heard Dorota Shaw was due to play this weekend.
At the Tulip Festival.
Indeed. I understand why they'd want to postpone it. Tonight the weather will be mostly dry and warm, but be on the lookout for dark clouds on the horizon, as there may be scattered showers. Best take an umbrella, Monroe, so you don't get wet.
I like getting wet. That's 6 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Alright.
Poe and Monroe.
Contagion by
Who's Oscar?
Ashley Van Hesteren. Read by...
Any more news on Oscar Wainwright?
Who the fuck is Oscar Wainwright?
Just the tarot readers. No one else is remotely suspicious compared to them.
Did we completely miss who that guy was in the previous chapter?
Got any reason for saying that? I'll look into it.
It made infect...
Who are you? Right, because the local police are so rubbish. It's been a day, a whole day.
Who the fuck are you? Where did you come from? I'm confused.
Yeah, I went round there in the afternoon. Her parents were at work, and we were, you know, hanging out. I left at about 5. I'm playing football. It was just 5-a-side. Finished at about 9:30. I called her, but she never picked up. Not much. They always seemed happy to see me. I don't think they meant it. They wanted Dorota to focus on her music. Not long, a couple of months maybe. We did care for each other. No? Why?
Tempting to say that so much, but I won't.
Chief DuPont said there was no signs of anything like that. What, you mean watching us? That's disturbing. No, it couldn't have been. The only place he could have hidden would be in the closet, and I suppose someone could have hidden in the closet. Well, yeah, it's big enough for 2 people to have sex in. On all 4s.
I don't know what to do about that.
Clothes, mainly. I did see something that freaked me out a bit. She had a wedding dress in there. She knew I'd seen it, but we never talked about it. Not even as a joke.
Your relationship
Now
is so
it was just
weird.
a waiting game. Until she got to her lonely, nearly empty home every night.
I need to check the radio again, but for now...
Your ability isn't endless. It will run out at some point.
What? Really? Well, that sucks. That means I can't use it whenever I want to check with everybody. Well, crap. Alright.
He gave her
I know the game here. I'm not sure if it has saved or not though, so... I guess I'll do some experimentation. For now though, thanks for watching. As usual, feel free to subscribe if you haven't. Press the like button, leave a comment. You know the drill by now. I'll see you next time with more Shapeshifting Detective.